Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Nagel. I'm the president and CEO of Vomaris Innovations. It's a pleasure to speak to you today about Vomaris and our FDA-cleared bioelectric wound care technology. Our country today has a staggering problem in wound management. Over 1.5 million people suffer each year from surgical site infections. Over 6.7 million Americans have chronic wounds, and over 78% of those non-healing infected wounds involve a biofilm infection. This problem is very costly, both economically and in terms of human suffering. This all translates into a $12 billion market opportunity for Vomaris. Within this market is the advanced wound care segment, in which Vomaris currently participates, and are depicted on the purple bars on the right, and it equates to over $7 billion market opportunity. In the management of acute and chronic wounds, there are two significant problems that the standard of care has yet to overcome. First is the use of cytotoxic silver products, or what we call silver dressings, and secondly, prevention and disruption of bacterial biofilm infections. There are several reasons listed here for the growing concerns about the use of ionic silver. On the graph on the right, you can see that Vidox technology from Vomaris does not release silver ions, in contrast to top silver dressings on the market. Biofilm is increasingly recognized as a culprit in wound infection and inhibited healing. If you recall from the previous slide that I showed you, biofilm is implicated in almost 80% of infected and chronic wounds. And if you're not familiar with biofilm real quick, it's just a shield that bacteria turn to protect themselves from antibiotic and immune system attack, making them very problematic. So if infection remains a big problem in wounds and biofilm is heavily implicated, how are we solving these challenges? Simply put, we're using electricity, not silver ions, to support advanced wound healing and tackle biofilm head-on, all without the use of high-volume silver or any added chemicals. A close-up of our Vidox technology reveals its elegant simplicity. It incorporates microcell batteries embedded in a substrate. When a conductive medium is added, such as wound exudate, saline, or hydrogel, it activates the batteries, turns them on, generating electricity. Vidox technology is fundamentally inspired by the body. On the far left, you'll see that electrical fields exist naturally in everyone's skin. This is called transepithelial potential, or as the scientists call it, TEP. In the very middle image, you will see that when skin is wounded, an electrical change occurs in your body. The electrical field lines reorient themselves towards the wound, and this physiologic change is called the current of injury. Think of this electrical current like a highway that our skin creates for cells to be delivered in the wounded area to drive healing of your wound. On the far right, you'll see Vidox technology depicted. It essentially mimics the current of injury, essentially energizing the cells across the whole entire wound surface. It supports the skin's natural healing process by accelerating cell migration and reepithelialization. Vidox technology exerts a robust antimicrobial impact, including the ability to prevent and disrupt biofilm. Let me show you now the real benefits of Vidox technology. In this study of burn graft donor sites, Vidox technology, as you see on the left, shows a 73% epithelialization at 1 week compared to 47% in this study in the standard of care group. This represents a 53% faster healing than the standard of care. Here's another glimpse of how electricity affects biofilm. In the Sentinel study published in the Annals of Surgery, Vidox technology demonstrated the ability to both disrupt and prevent a biofilm infection. In this study of deep burn wounds, biofilm-infected wounds were treated with either a placebo or Vidox technology. The final wound biopsy is seen on the far right. The placebo-treated group shows biofilm infection remaining, while the group treated with Vidox shows a complete absence of biofilm. Our body of evidence continues to grow. Vomaris has currently 23 peer-reviewed publications and 4 randomized clinical trials in progress. Of the note at the top there is the United States Army burn trial This is a $2.2 million Department of Defense grant. Enrollment in this study is completed, and we do expect the results in Q2 of this year. The University of Michigan study at second on the top has also completed enrollment in a joint infection trial. We have 2 additional randomized clinical trials expected to begin this year. We've spent considerable effort to protect our technology as well. We have 39 patents issued to date, and importantly, this IP is wholly owned and controlled by Vomaris. We have a full portfolio of wound dressing products with a broad FDA-cleared indications for acute wounds, chronic wounds, full and partial thickness wounds. We are commercializing in both the U.S. and outside the United States currently, with approval in 11 countries. To date, we have sold 800,000 devices. We are only in the very early stages of our revenue capture due to this enormous market opportunity. We already have a small footprint in these spaces, most significantly in orthopedic and sports medicine, with our exclusive licensing and distribution agreement with Arthrex. While our products are already FDA cleared, and indications listed here are leverage and randomized clinical trial evidence to strengthen our market penetration. We have laid a solid foundation for growth. Core elements are in place, and we're now fully ready to commercialize. We are seeking strategic relationships with companies or investors having the following. Number 1, a presence in the wound care market. 2, an established global sales and distribution network. And for an investment opportunity, those who are investing in interest at coming in at a later stage investment. We're seeking $25 million of additional capitalization to implement our full commercialization plan. Franklin Mountain Investments, our current investor, is committed to participate in this commercial round as well. These large opportunities in wound care have not gone unnoticed on Wall Street, and opportunities like Vomaris are very substantial. This slide shows healthy market capitalization rates of some pure plays in wound care or parallel markets, with valuations ranging from $300 million to over $2 billion. Organogenesis, which is the second listed company up there, has been one of the best performers in all of NASDAQ as of late. Our management team is highly experienced in medical device and has 24 years alone with just Vomaris. Vomaris Board of Directors is backed by Franklin Mountain Capital, which is a family office based in Scottsdale, Arizona. In summary, Vomaris is positioned, priced, and prepared to disrupt the standard of care in this large and growing market. Thank you very much for your time and attention.